What is up, people? It's a massive win for Arsenal in the North London derby. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers for another match reaction. The Gunners get it done at the Emirates with a professional performance in that second half is what I would call that. We absolutely needed that. Oh, man, that's a huge, huge win. I definitely think that it wasn't a vintage, incredible Arsenal performance, but we will take the 3 points, close the gap just a tiny little bit on Liverpool. So it's a good day. Gotta definitely enjoy the win. But before we sink our teeth into it, I should say, let's go and get the likes up on the video for the success, for the win, the 3 points. Let's subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course. Thanks for being here, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Alrighty, so when I saw the lineup, I was happy that we have players in natural positions. I did not know if Timber was going to make it into this game, so I was kind of not excited until I saw that, because I thought Partey was going to be in the game. And I thought I was going to be shaking my head from the very beginning, but Partey was in the midfield where he belongs. You'd love to see that. Interesting that Martinelli was left out, but in the end, it worked out as Trossard did step up today. Love to see that, of course. Finally, somebody in the front line stepping up and doing something. Sterling got the start as well. I expected that, and it was well-deserved. I mean, he wasn't amazing in the FA Cup, but I definitely think that he deserved his chance, and I thought that he gave it a go today. Sterling was energetic. I thought he definitely looked like at times he wanted to take on his man, but he's just, I think he played well for what he is, for his level, for what he's capable of doing at this point in his career. I think he actually was okay. We know he has no end product. I wasn't expecting end product from Raheem Sterling. So when he, one of the half a dozen times he went on a run, got some speed up, and then the time he almost tripped because he was running too fast for one. I was just like, kind of, all right. I was a little bit annoyed at one point that we literally have nothing else on the right-hand side, and it's kind of embarrassing that he's trying, huffing and puffing, and then it always just kind of ends in nothing, which is what he did at the last season of his Chelsea career. So we knew he was going to do that. So I can't actually be too upset with Sterling, because it's kind of what I expected from him. And, it was at least positive. At least he was willing to drive at people. So it's definitely positive to take from that performance. But in the end, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the end production, but we knew that. So I did think right out of the gate, I was happy to see something that we've been asking for the past couple of games. The energy was there. The fight was there. You could tell that the drive was there, that they knew the importance of the game. Now, I've been calling for them to show that they understand how far behind we are in the league and what kind of a poor run we've been on, and they've finally done that. You love to see that. I think that it's interesting that 7 times in my notes throughout this game that I've put Lewis-Skelly is awesome. Lewis-Skelly is killing it, because from the word go, it's literally my third note all the way to the end when he gets subbed off. I'm celebrating him. I'm putting notes in about how awesome he was. So Lewis-Skelly, well done, man. Can't say enough about how awesome this kid is. We need to protect him. We need to make sure, because teams are already coming for him. You can see that. They think he's going to give the ball up. He gave it up one time. He got himself into the mire once and lost the ball the whole time. It was incredible. Incredible performance from the young man. And, of course, in the end, right as he's getting subbed off, gets yanked down by Bergvall, gets in his face, doesn't shy away from any of it, tries to run off with the referee right there, tries to run to the halfway line instead of Kim. Oh, I love it. Absolutely loved it. Don't care about the yellow card whatsoever. As far as, I think we do way too much of bigging up the crowd like this. I think we do that way too much, especially since I think, the team needs to give the fans something to do that for, but he gave them something to do that for. And so he deserves in that moment to be able to be like, yeah, come on guys. Cause that's the kind of fight that we want to see, like at the very least. Oh, we absolutely love that. Like at the end of your career as a footballer, if every fan of any team you ever played for can say, hey, man, he got out there and gave it his all, 100%, fought for the shirt, no matter what, every single time, you can be forgiven of other stuff and still get love from the fans. And that's all we ask. That's all we ask. And it was there today. It was there today. I love to see it. You love to see that at least. We have to have that at least if we're going to get anywhere, if we're going to improve our position at all. Now, once again, we are taking forever and ever and ever and ever. Let me go to sleep right quick because that's what it feels like when we get a set piece. That doesn't change. Whether we're down 1-0, whether it's 1-1, whether we're up 2-1, whether we're up 9-1, that doesn't change. We're just going to... And, you know, when you score off of them, it can be forgiven. But, like, it's killing me. It's killing me. I was literally typing a note about how ridiculous it was when we scored the equalizer. I was literally typing in a note about how ridiculous it is that we're taking forever when we're down a goal. And then we scored off one, which, by the way, very lucky to get. Very, very lucky to get. Very lucky that we can't have VAR look at this because it didn't like actually result in the goal, that part. So VAR can't go back and say, oh no, it wasn't a corner kick. That's not something VAR can do. But it was not even close to a corner kick. Very clearly not a corner kick. Of course, you know, we'll take it, but it completely and utterly destroys any narrative about the referees being against only Arsenal. The referees are terrible for everybody. You know, in fact, I thought Simon Hooper, that might be one of the best refereeing. You know, he wasn't perfect, and he's had some questionable decisions, but they all have questionable decisions. Simon Hooper was actually half decent today. He wasn't horrendous, like is the normal standard. You know, so you know, we can't complain about that one bit because 2 games running now, it's kind of favored us a little bit, gotta say. We're still whiffing in the box way too much. We're still, you know, in that first half, the Trossard whiff really, you know, great to get it to Rice. Rice has the wherewithal to play it back to him, and Trossard just lashes at it and whiffs it completely. I thought that we were winning the second ball and controlling the game really, really well in that first half. Spurs did seem to be following the set game plan to play against Arsenal. Surprisingly, actually, I was a little bit surprised. We've only seen Ange do that against Man City. And so, you know, that's a lot of respect, I guess, coming from Big Ange. But I was definitely surprised to see that. And, I mean, they do it well. They do it well. I thought Jed Spence defended well. Pedro Porro's not awesome, but he defended well for, you know, in patches. I thought that, you know, they were able to execute it well. So it's kind of strange we don't see that more often. But this definitely shows that we can just keep going and keep going and keep putting it on and keep a little bit more territory. And finally, if we could just finish, we put 6 past teams. We've been creating as Odegaard has gotten a tiny bit better and a tiny bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. Today, Odegaard improved massively from the performances that he has had. Again, he also lacks a clinical, lethal mentality and edge in front of goal, just like Sterling, just like Havertz. You know, Trossard popped up with one moment, and big him up, or as they say, give him his flowers because he deserves it for that finish. Wasn't great in front of goal otherwise. You know, once again, it takes Gabriel causing trouble at the back post and an own goal, you know, to get back on the score sheet. when they scored, I was like, that's just so typical. That's just so typical because the game played out exactly as I expected. And then Spurs got their punch. And I wouldn't say that this time. I was happier this time that we were already there. We were already in the game. That didn't take that to wake us up. So I was happy for that. And then about 30 seconds after my next note after of course, these free kicks are killing me. I don't know how many times I put that in there. It says another Trossard miss hit. Lucky for him, there's a foul. Whew, yeah, we were missing all kinds of shots, and that's not awesome. Despite winning the game, it doesn't change anything. We still need to work on that. Kai Havertz, thought he was a passenger in that first half, but he did absolutely bust his butt today. The man worked his butt off. You got to hold your hands up. I don't like him very much as a player. I don't think he's a great player. I don't think he's what we need to win the league. I've been very vocal about that. I've said that. Obviously, don't condone any kind of the crazy crap that's been going at his wife. That is just reprehensible and ridiculous, of course, no matter what you think of a player. And like I say, I don't like Kai Havertz in our team at all. I'm going to support him. I want him. I want to be wrong. I want to be so wrong about him. I really do. I really, really do. And so I try to find positives in his performance today. He was not great in front of goal. He had the one header that was right at the keeper that he should have done better with. Lee Dixon thought that maybe he misjudged it or maybe he didn't think it was going to come to him or whatever. Regardless, you do have to say that right to the whistle, he was giving it his everything. I think the very first time we pressured the goalkeeper, Kai got down and got the block, and it kind of like turned the light bulbs like, hey guys, if we do our high press a little bit more than maybe Arteta wanted us to, we might be able to put the keeper under some pressure, and we did that a number of times. I was very, very happy to see that. Maybe that wasn't from Arteta. Maybe that was a mid-game tactic from Arteta, who also could have noticed it. I don't know. But we did seem to press them higher a little bit more often than we have in recent games, and I love to see that. We need to be doing that far more. I thought Thomas Partey had some shaky moments in this game. Partey definitely had some shaky moments in this game. The one where that's the guy that plays for Palace. But the Sarr for Spurs, he ran the ball like 90 yards, and Partey didn't bother to step to him, just kind of ran beside him. That was very curious from him. And then he doesn't track him even after that. So you've let the guy run 90 yards with the ball, and then you're going to let him continue to run without the ball, and he has to give away the corner. And then not 30 seconds later, Partey is not stepping to the ball again. It was very curious, those two moments from Partey. And then my note here says, Trossard does Porro so hard he's torn an ACL. Holy crap. Then, of course, does nothing with it. Leandro Trossard absolutely sends Pedro Porro to the moon on this one. Like, you feel bad because, like, he's done his knee so hard. He's turned him so hard. He's almost injured his knee. Like, you feel bad for the guy because he got sat down so hard. That was incredible. That was beautiful. You love to see that little bit of skill. But then, like, you got to do something with it after the skill. You love to see it. You love to see that the confidence is there. I was happy that the confidence for Trossard was there to do that. And maybe that gave him the confidence to go on and get the goal as well. You love to see that. You love to see it. The next note says, I'm pulling my hair out watching Sterling right now. So on the second goal, I was very, very happy to see that. And we didn't even do this every time in the game. There was a number of times where we didn't attack the space. But in the goal, for the second goal, Partey wins the ball high up the field, and instead of trying to slow it down and maintain possession and let everybody get back, Odegaard gets a nice dribble forward, one pass to Trossard, rip, goal. Boom. Boom, 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 just like that. We got to do that so much more. We need to do that so much more. So much more. My note is in all caps. Finally attack the space, and Trossard finds the finish. Let's go. And so I thought it was a much improved performance in that first half. Odegaard has his best 45 minutes in ages. He did find some good passes. Trossard looked more confident. We were winning lots of second balls and attacking the space sometimes with urgency when it's there. We still were taking too much time on the set pieces. Lewis-Skelly gets like 3 more notes because I was saying how awesome he is. And then immediately in that second half, Partey looked ragged again. He looked ragged again. And then I know it says Havertz and Sterling, man. Shaking my head. Wow, good try. Doing all the work to get to the final third. And then just can't seem to find anything in the box. I have no idea. No idea. We definitely slowed the game down. We're really patient. Exactly what you would expect from Mikel Arteta team. The game management style. That's my only caveat in this game in the second half is that we once again, we just didn't go for it. Did I expect us to go for a third goal? No. We were happy. Okay. Let's be fair. Let me back up and be fair. We went for it for a while, for a little bit, for like the first 10-ish minutes of the second half. We kind of had our foot on the gas a little bit, but then as the game went on and on, we slowed it down. It was a professional performance. I don't like the just sitting on the 1-goal lead thing. I've been vocal about that on the channel. I'm not a fan of just sitting on the 1-goal lead. And that's what we did. That's what Arteta does. It's his style. I get it. Spurs aren't amazing at breaking down teams, so I get it. But once again, it's at home. Same thing we did versus Ipswich. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. I don't know, man. We really just need to put him away. We really just needed to put him away. How many chances do you want? Do we need to put him away, man? I don't know if it was the injury crisis or that's going to be to blame for this. I've been very vocal about how horrifying our transfer business has been, but Zinchenko or Tierney coming on as the left winger. Once again, it just shows the lack of a squad built, the lack of how well the squad has been built. It's just not been built well enough to be able to cope with all these injuries. Zinchenko coming in with the cheerleader status. You gotta love that. I just don't think that. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the way we finished as far as personnel in different random places. Odie misses the chance to put it to bed in the 85th. How many effing chances, man? Yeah. Lewis-Skelly. The note says Lewis-Skelly is a bad MFer, bro. So is Rice. Looked gassed. Gave absolutely everything today. Let's talk about Declan Rice. Dude, this guy put in a shift today. Ooh, an absolute shift, man. You could see it when Rice was coming off the field. He was dead. Absolutely gassed. The amount of running this guy got through was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, he wasn't even in the 6, and he's doing most of the box-to-box running. The way, he supported Trossard and Lewis-Skelly. No, I don't think Declan needs to be playing that 8 role, but he was immense today. Absolutely immense today. Got to give him his props. Winning balls, winning the second duels. Absolutely incredible. That's what we love to see from him. That's what we definitely love to see from him. I think we need to do once again more work in the squad building so that he doesn't have to work that hard in that area, so that he doesn't have to be like that. I thought the fact that Partey was having a rough-ish game, he did have some good moments, obviously won the ball high up on the second goal, was doing that a couple of other times as well, those times that we should have capitalized on. But as far as going back the other way, when we get running with our face in our own goal, it's rough. It's an issue. Partey has issues. running, back towards his own goal. And Rice had to do some of the mopping up because he's an absolute monster. Yeah, we need to wrap him in wool as well. We need to, I know we got game after game after game after game, but we got to try to figure out how not to let Rice pop a hammy like the rest of the flipping squad. But yeah, I thought he was incredible today. And then wanted to shout out Yuri and Timber. He was good both ways. Didn't really get into the attack as much as I would have liked for my, for my taste. He was up there quite a bit though, giving support. I guess when I say didn't get into the attack, he didn't do a lot of the overlapping. Didn't really combine as much as we're used to seeing. Maybe sometimes Ben White and Odegaard and Saka would combine a bit more. But I get it when it's Timber, Odegaard, and Sterling instead of your star man. It's not going to be as fluid, not going to be as amazing. But I thought he was good defensively, as well as was able to play some good passes and give some good support. But I think all in all, it wasn't a vintage Arsenal performance. The, obvious holes are still there. The fact that we need a striker is still very, very obvious. Let me look at these stats. Once again, I believe we created a ton and just were not really able to. Yeah, we had 14 shots attempted and only 4 on goal. That's the ratio we need to fix. That is the ratio we have to absolutely fix. 14 attempts, 4 on goal. Once again, so what's that? Put the math at 63 attempts in 3 games. Not very many on goal. Three goals, sure, but not enough shots on the goal when we create these chances. But I don't think this. There's a little bit of hope. We gained 2 points on Liverpool. I'm still, it's such a weird feeling, I thought Arteta today made a couple of interesting subs. Marino coming on didn't really do anything. Maybe could have done that a little bit earlier. Rice was gassed. Nothing really to pick at him for today. I thought he didn't have a huge effect on the game. Maybe he gave a good win-win for the Gipper in the locker room, and that's why they came out firing. So hopefully hopefully there's something there. But yeah, it's a weird one because it's a much needed win, but we weren't amazing. I'll take it. Obviously going into Sunday, which is another huge game. But yeah, it's been a good day, man. Gotta say I did well in my tips and predictions. Keep an eye out for those tips and predictions videos. I definitely won some units today. Got some good stuff over in Germany. Actually, I think I lost the Germany bet, but the Holland bet, the Netherlands bet, I won. I did well there. So, and we won the Premier League bets. Finally, we did good in the Premier League today. So keep an eye out for those videos. You'll know what I'm talking about. You'll be able to follow along and maybe even get a couple wagers in yourself. But yeah, so have an eye out for that. Let's get the likes up on the video, of course, if you enjoyed the Arsenal win today. I know I absolutely did. Hopefully, if you're new, you'll hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. Of course, let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. And yeah, Crunke out, and so am I.